אוקיי, היי, מה המצב? באמת, כמה זמן אני לא צילמתי? actually. היה את... הסרטון שאני עשיתי לטוויץ', האינטרודקשן שלי לטוויץ'. ומעבר לזה לא היה לי קונסיסטנט סטרים כבר שבוע. לא כל טוויץ'. וואו. זה קצת מטורף. אז... כן. שכחתי שלא סדרתי את זה. there we go. אולי הפעם אני סוף כסוף אני אשכרה אהיה יכול לעשות את הפרק. אין לי שום דבר להוסיף. מי שלא מבין, בתור צופה חדש ונכנס כזה מוכן לסיריז אצלי, נמאס לי כל הזמן מתי שאני עושה בעצם לייבים והם נדפקים בסיבה אחת או אחרת. אז כן, לפחות אני יכול להבין איזה שליש מהבעיה, אז אני אנסה לפתור את זה כאן בעצמי. בדרך כלל אני מחכה 5 דקות, אבל אני לומד שזה לא כזה חייב לקרות. אז יאללה, let's go. אתה הולך לפתוח לי את זה? ברור שלא. הנה, there we go. בואי, הרבה זמן אני לא עשיתי פרק של האפולו ג'סטיס טרילוגי. בואי נקווה שפעם אני אשכרה אהיה יכול לעשות את זה. פעם קודמת אפשר לראות שזה כבר איזשהו פעם רביעית או חמישית שאני מנסה לעשות את זה. אני לא צוחק. אבל אני אלך מפה, כי זה בעצם איפה שאני באמת בעצם ממשיך. בוא נקווה שהבעיה עם הלאגים תיפסק ונמשיך בטרייל של אפיסוד 4. אוקיי, זה נראה בסדר, יש! אומייגאד! סוף כסוף! יאללה, הגיע הזמן סוף כסוף לגשת לוויס אקטינג שאני התגעגעתי. אז let's fucking do this! אומייגאד! כמה פעמים אני רואה שזה נתקע פה. יאללה, בוא נעשה את זה. פעם קודמת! די דפקנו את יורי קוסמוס. בוא נראה איך אפשר לדפוק אותו עוד יותר. Director Cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. They are claiming that you were this third person. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. So, the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just our fabulous cur. I only have one question for the likes of you. Should I send you off quickly or very quickly? The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try to talk your way out of this.
Fine, I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. I then went past the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge 1 again.
אני אז, כאילו, קצת מעניין, אני אוסיף כאן משהו שכאילו, כמו שאמרתי קודם, ניסיתי לצלם את הפרק הזה כבר כמה פעמים, לא הצלחתי. אז כאילו, יש בעצם ריאקשנס שבו היה לי קודם, אבל אין לי עכשיו. אז כן, זה קצת מפתיע שהוא היה פה, עם ירתה בו, ועושה סיבוב אחד שלם בשביל אחר כך לחזור לפה.
I came about Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene.
What a troublesome old man you are, with such a convoluted deeds and thoughts. I see. So then, are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim?
Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer. The guy here in Cosmos was a history-making witness.
Hold it! Now hold on for just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you.
No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I like to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall.
That is an excellent point. Yep. גם הדיאלוג שאומר בעצם על זה שרוצה להגיע לסטארבק. Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck. Still, a lie is a lie, Athena. So, Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where's the proof?
I just remembered. I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct?
Yes, and?
Well, I was at the fourth floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They will corroborate me.
The director is not fibbing to the court for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified. So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m. And that you arrived at the lounge after that?
Yes,
And I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an earthling. As long as he has an alibi. Okay, we can very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer. No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please. אני אגיד בעצם מתי שאני מגיע לסקשן חדש. אני אגיד מתי אני נמצא בסקשן חדש. כל זה דברים שאני קראתי כבר קודם.
I was trying to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I had to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, that vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door, and, well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
So you were shot by the killer as well? And then they disappeared?
Yes, though luckily no one came to my glorious body. Unfortunately, the bullet hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a pang. That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
אני די בטוח שזה חדש בשבילי, אבל אני לא בטוח, אז... לפחות זה מרגיש בשבילי חדש. Wait, But I thought the bullet hit his mill. That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? Right. What a mess this is turning into. So, let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Turn and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him. Right. But it actually hit Mr. Tarrant's oxygen tank and ruptured it. And then the killer disappeared, and the director went into the boarding lounge. אוקיי, זה בטוח מרגיש בשבילי חדש. זה אני אגיד פה. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him, judging by his bow, it looks like one of them almost hit him out, too. Good summary. But that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when your dead figure disappeared.
I'm ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeked back into the lounge, the real killer was gone.
Oh.
I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was Tarrant with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out of cold on the floor.
So, we have a culprit who vanished from this scene that had no escape route.
Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence!
Marshall Blackwell.
A riddle of age, indeed. But I'd rather know how a fibbing leech such as you can be lauded as great.
Huh?
A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself, even if those around him don't understand.
Oh, that might be the first truth statement he's said all day. Wow, Nick! Wow! But, how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so quickly?
Simple. Because he was Space Boy himself. When he was spotted by the director and Aura, he then quickly feigned
unconsciousness. למה זה נשמע קשה להגיד?
He quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit.
I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Dr. Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor?
No, because it was black as the black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and entered the room.
That wasn't exactly helpful.
I've prepared to accept your surrender right now.
I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up. Mr. Wright, why did you let me help? Marshall. Huh? While the director was giving his testimony, I heard a cacophony of discord.
בלי קשר לזה שאני רואה פה cacophony, הטנוריאן ודיסקורד האפליקציה.
Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? Oh, Mood Matrix! Okay! Okay, that's fine. This just might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer.
That'll be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him.
You got it, boss! I won't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind. Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me. Okay! Moon Matrix! Okay! בסדר. זה לא כזה complicated. Go. So try to turn the launch. The killer inside fired a gun at me. I don't like getting shot at. But I tried to get another look, then it vanished into thin air. It was near the elevator side door. Well, the launch pad 1 door. And the control room door should have been shut tight into the killer. אוקיי, יופי. כי אני רוצה דגש פה, זה מה שקצת בלבל אותי. הרי לא היה לו שום רגשות לכל הדלתות, אבל משום מה זה צץ. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door.
The great Yuri Cosmos? Afraid? Oh, what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation?
Whether I have bases or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
Most certainly not.
Director Cosmos! There's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Okay, wow. How? He's speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. It's working, boss. One more punch and it will be a knockout. Was it one punch man, boss? There seems to be one more emotion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him. Okay, back to the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. You should? הלוג'יק שאני יכול לחשוב עליו זה...
הוא נעלם לאמצע שום מקום!
אבל למה בעצם אתה לא מופתע? You must have thought it was very strange that killer vanished into thin air.
I did. That kind of thing just doesn't usually happen.
And yet, at that time, you barely registered any shock of the occurrence.
What? What are you... Ugh.
I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea where they went. Isn't that right?
What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launchpad door is filled with smoke, making it impassable. And as for the southern door... I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to.
Maybe, or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Tarrant, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door?
I hardly doubt it. As you recall, right after I entered the lounge, Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself at the southern door. Anyone tried to escape through there would have been caught by her.
And yet the director wasn't surprised the killer vanished. So, you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use? I'll just input those 2 pieces of data and... Yes! Just what I wanted to see. Okay. Rest the changer. Less discord. Looks like we're on the right track. Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we've learned. Dr. Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which pointed to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, taking the door to the launch pad made him uneasy. In other words, he is probably hiding something about the launch pad 1 door. If we put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Dr. Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here? A launch pad 1 corridor.
Take that!
Is that logical? The culprit went for the launch pad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
I mean, no! This has to starboard! We're going to crash into an asteroid!
A master tactician? You are not. But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True. But this is still the only logical answer there is. If we could just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies.
But that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock, do you?
That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning... Lawyers share information. Starbucks pins will find the door lock. Okay. Meaning... there's a way he could have easily gone past that security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I propose that the killer will use this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. Starbuck. Oh my god.
Take that!
Darts! That's not darts! Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gone past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen.
No!
It looks like he does have something to hide about the launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. No, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? Well, huh? Oh, yes, by all means. There's a security camera in Boarding Lounge 1. Right. The one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor? If the true culprit escaped into the launchpad 1 corridor, they might have recorded on this. It might have been recorded on the security footage as well. Is it the footage? Video ends immediately after the scene. Okay, never mind. Then the mystery would be solved. How do you feel on my logic? Impossible. Oh, hey, Blackwell. I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your boldness. Oh my god, Blackwell! I beg your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point... Is it okay, Oh my! The footage cuts off! The camera was running on the backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. אוי, לא, הגרון שלו הולך להרוג אותי. Oh boy. And I thought it was such a good idea, too. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa boldness. Oscar Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. כן, judge מטומטם, גם אפילו שהוא נותן testimony. Seriously. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I would like to have the witness continue. Here the Cosmos. Can you tell us about when you entered the lounge?
If I must.
Okay, I'm screaming.
Better off like getting shot. After the curve vanished, I went to the lounge. Well, that's when Detective Arm appeared at the elevator side door. And then the detective shot at me. You see, the killer could have only escaped for the launch pad, right?
Interesting. I'll appear at the elevator side door, and then detective shot. Okay, יש לך פה מחשבה, יש לי פה לוג'יק. משום מה, אני שם לב, השוק כאן הוא יותר חזק. אוקיי, כן. השוק כאן הוא יותר חזק מאשר מתי שיהיה אשכרה יותר בו. Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you? And again, when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? Oh! Hi, Carter.
Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions.
Logic, physics, but whatever.
Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather, what were you surprised by?
Pardon me.
First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs. During the Cosmos, what is strange about your surprised reactions? The fact that you were more surprised when Arm came. כן, זה המחשבה שלי. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. But the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at suggests to me that you were Oh my god. What the fuck? That you were conflicted about whether it was whatever it was you were doing there. Oh my god. אני לא יכול לקרוא, אני לא יכול לזה, אני לא נשמע, מה יש לי?
The enemy has acquired a new weapon! Commence Operation Hide Under Your...
The fuck you mean hide under your desk? Spin. Oh my god. Please tell me I finally sank his battleship. It's a shame. Okay. Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launchpad door. And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some changes between before he came into the room and after. Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is the footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked like after the director entered the lounge. אז הולכים עכשיו לדבר על ה-90 מעלות? עכשיו הולכים לדבר על הוואלב של 90 מעלות? טוב. Hey, look at that! Oh, is a change. Something's definitely different. Director Cosmos!
What is it? What are you two been up to over there?
Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you, that's what. And the answer lies clearly in this footage. All we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation.
Don't be ridiculous! If you really do have an answer, you will put it out already.
He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident. Take that! The answer is this knob.
That's...
Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launchpad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does that mean? It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Okay, perfect, Yuffie, finally. After the seal was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's see what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
I admit it. Alright, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away.
Wanted to do what? Hey, did Ponka tell us something about how they prepare for a launch? They said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site. But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. Guess that clears up what the knob is for. Oh! So, if the killer escaped into the launchpad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launchpad to the launch site? I don't think so. The launchpad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor. So then, where did the killer escape to? Because there are some things we have to uncover? Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
Okay. Oh yeah, show update, okay.
I have no choice but to disengage the safety lock. I fear that there might be more explosions. So I have to cut the launch pad loose. Surely the only escape route the killer had was through launch pad 1. That area was a sea of smoke. Confound it! Where the earth could I have gone?
Oh, okay, well, what's up? This is a close-up. The director seems to have driven into a corner now. I can tell he's having a hard time hiding his true feelings. Just one final push then. His attempts to conceal the truth shouldn't be all that hard for us to break through. If we kept it at it calmly, I'm sure we'll cross the finish line. זה שזה נשאר כבר מסטרים, אז אני אעשה את זה ככה. מרגיש שאני אעשה את זה. למה הוא שהוא יהיה שמח בנוגע ל- I have no choice? אוקיי, יופי, perfect. I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet, when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself.
How do you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
Very impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I had to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
How do you know about that too?
Because I'm more or less of a pro at guessing.
But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And if I did, I would never ever tell you, so there!
I know to say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake. Wow, okay.
And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
Wow, okay, Blackwell.
You, a man of integrity? Don't make me laugh.
Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden?
You've spotted nothing but falsity since you stepped out to the stand. You're not the kind of man who will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar an honor. Liar?
His words bite harder than his blade.
You moved launch pad 1 after the explosions. How naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you.
No, just a thought, but Arn English can be your friend.
And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing,
Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge 1 side. The police confirmed this on the scene. What?
Liar!
So that means the director didn't move the launchpad? Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content.
Liar!
I'm sick! Well, it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the power must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. No! You're sure it must have went somewhere? You just might find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough too, boy? Okay. Talk about hanging by the belt. Youngins these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved into the moved the launchpad. Moved into the launchpad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the launch. But the launchpad is right where it's supposed to be. Wait a minute. Maybe I have it all backwards. Why did the director turn the knob? Not to move the launchpad away, but to bring it back where it was supposed to be? What are you blathering about? What if the launchpad was at the launch site before the incident? And then after the incident, the Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot? All you had to do was turn the knob and call the launchpad back. And we'll be right where the police found it. No! Marcel! Marcel! Okay, wow. יש לאשכה חרבות בבלאקוור? Name sound like Mr. Starbuck. Was what I said really that off base? It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, our great lawyer turned the knob only after he had discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge where our Astro Wonders made their escape. A fact that has been recorded for postery on film's film. זה לא אחד פה, זה שתיים. Oh, right. So, to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy! Oh my god! Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus! We know the launchpad must have been moved. But our deductions and actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction of each other. Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. The footage could be fake. They can move body doubles after the incident or something. Huh. On second thought, that's too far-fetched, even for me. Interesting reference! Interesting reference! כי זה מרגיש כמו trials and tribulations. אבל אם אשכרה מסתכלים על הפוטאג' אני די בטוח שזה טעות about samurai. זה בעצם פה samurai, לא רסיפי. אז זה קצת interesting. Never actually boarded the rocket. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe. Huh? Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? And what if when the director moved launch pad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existential bull or I'll cut you! Mr. Wright, you will explain yourself at once. I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Well, Your Honor, let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving the Launchpad 1 was to switch it with another place. Because he wanted to switch it with some other place. I'm sorry, but did you say switch it? But what could he possibly have switched the launchpad with? Space Museum, I guess? Amazon? Where's the book? Oh, no. Oh, okay. המוזיאון! זה מרגיש הכי הגיוני כאן, המוזיאון, כי... הרי בעבר זה היה לונצ'פד 2, נכון? או שאני ממציא את זה? אני לא זוכר אם אני ממציא את זה שזה היה לונצ'פד 2. whatever. Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box and the answer becomes clear as day. This is where we switched with Launchpad 1. A space museum I was on.
Take that!
Launchpad 1 was switched with the space museum. In the past, the space museum used to be Launchpad 2. Okay, כן, ידעתי, okay, זכרתי, זה היה Launchpad 2 קודם. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1 and can even be moved to the launch site. Meaning, the space museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean. The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum. Let's go. What? Balderdash! And yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Museum was just before the incident. See, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum had already switched places. That's right. And with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from boarding lounge 1. This allowed the true killer to enter Launchpad 1 from boarding lounge 2 and set the bomb on the rocket. Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum for boarding lounge 2 פתוח מ-9 עד 7 בערב. 9 בבוקר עד 7 בערב. Exactly. Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, Someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into Boiling Lounge 1 and waited there, concealed. In order to kill Mr. Taran and when the other two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who we can suspect, after killing Mr. Taran, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmos switched the launch pads back, without realizing that the killer was inside the Space Museum. The killer left this Space Museum and left a clean getaway. Right, Donna. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you a sword master bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword.
That's right! You have no proof I switched to launch pads!
Somebody needs to build an anger management counselor. If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere. This point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So the corner behind the door must be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see. This is the image of a Launchpad 1 corridor. אוקיי, זה obvious עכשיו. זה קורידור אחד, אבל עם זה... אבל בסקיוריטי פוטאג' זה היה קורידור 2. Do you see anything different when we compare it to the security footage? Huh? That number on the floor. Talk about samurai, baby! Well, what do you know? It looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff... Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage. Proof that beyond this door is the corridor to the Space Museum. Very well then. Answer this for me if you would. Why did it in this footage prove that the corridor belongs to... If Shana saw that the clown!
Take that!
There's a one on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. Do you see a number on the floor behind the astronauts? Doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because because what you actually see is a part of it too.
What?
Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one to the Space Museum. And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke. That's right, because the explosion didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite of the Space Museum. And now that we know that the astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from our previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Taran, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. Just incredible. The two launch pads were actually switched. I did think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude. Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known about what was happening on the surface. Perfect! לא היה שום השעה מאחורי המסדרון. He's at Space Museum. Woohoo! Bye-bye! No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time. You told us the truth.
Oh! My honor! My glory! Everything's slipping away! Stop to the plumb out of that weapon! Dr. Genshin, ignition! What? Don't haywire! Ah! Oh, stop!
Whoa!
Ah! My stars! My glory! Ah!
Oh my god!
Ah! Oh, that's my legs! Ah!
No comment! No comment! Zella of the franchise! Zella of the franchise! Zella of the franchise! אני אוהב כזה breakdowns! Oh my god, it's like investigations all over again! Bailiff, on your steed and after that witness! Woo! בוא נתעלם מזה שהוא... Oh my god! good טוב. בוא נתעלם מזה שהוא אשכרה שבר את הדלת ועכשיו אפשר לראות שזה מתוקן. איך... זה לא קוטרום אחר. איך צריך לתקן את הדלת? I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads?
I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum.
Ah, it is good to hear words I can believe for a change. Before you do, Your Honor, two things. דבר ראשון, הגרון שלי קצת כואב מכל הברייקדאון הזה, אז אולי אני אקח הפסקת מים, או זהו שהשעה לגמר בקרוב, אז יהיה לי טוב. דבר שני, אין דבר שני, בואו נמשיך. First, we don't know if Mr. Tarrant had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Tarrant would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that it had been switched with Launchpad 1. So, my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Tarrant feel the need to put such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I would like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with.
Please, I can't. I exercise my rights to remain silent.
Oh, לא גאנט, לא שוב!
I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my man from getting caught in that blast.
The director is terrified. He must have had one heck of a reason to not wanting to explain why. Probably not a good time to try and pry it out of him, huh? Oh, לא היה לי בעיה איזה לפעמים Cyclops.
Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars?
Oh my god! Oh! אשכרה!
My badge of rank, nothing.
I don't see why not. bailiff, help the director retrieve his stars. לא עשיתי לב שהכוכבים אשכרה נעלמו, נכון? אומייגאד, כן, וואו! אשכרה אמר הכוכבים שלי, התהילה שלי! אשכרה הם נפלו שמה! חשבתי שזה יהיה פאקינג, איך קוראים לו עוד פעם? מרלון ריימס! חשבתי שזה כמו מרלון. It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? Oh my god! שכחתי! Oh my god! Okay. Because
I don't get it.
don't get it? Why don't you don't get?
Doctor, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us!
Mr. Starbuck.
Starbuck, my boy! I'm sorry, I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the space center. Director! Will I ever get a chance to go into space again?
Oh.
Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you back into space again, my boy.
And the dream is still alive.
Silence.
עכשיו, בלאקוויל! מה קורה פה?
You're not going to space, Starbuck, but prison. I won't have it any other way.
Why are you so hung up on him?
Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched.
And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped.
But I have yet to see proof of this third person escaping at the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point. Huh. That's right. I have any proof?
Starbuck! You will spill everything you know! What the... Oh. Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now! If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood! Oh. If I'm going to die, I will die in space!
I have to do something.
Solomon Starbuck! Prepare yourself! Oh!
יש לי ניחוש מזה. אז בוא נראה אם אני צודק פה. אוקיי. זה חייב להיות.
No! You know violence isn't the answer, Pascal Blackwell. That annoying, cheerful laugh! It can be none other than...
Detective Bobby Fulbright.
Champion of righteousness, Bobby Fulbright here! And justice we trust!
Detective Fulbright?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late.
I don't think we had an appointment.
I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell you, justice sure is a full-time job.
Oh my god, Bobby! The fight between cats or... Why are you here again?
Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright! I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. But I will finally succumbed.
Nope. But it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment.
What evidence? Come to think of it, it says something about finding us some evidence. וואו. זה היה איזה לפני חודש נראה לי עכשיו. I didn't think you were serious though. So, what is it, detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent?
It is indeed. Have a look at this.
Oh! What's this? A liar?
Yeah, that's right. A liar thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. Yes, the victim claimed Terran's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it.
What? Okay! Case solved, סימן שאלה. Order! Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant?
You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent.
This is it! This is just what I needed!
Perfecto!
Your Honor, this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
With pleasure, Your Honor. Recall where this letter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran,
They escaped with the liar and head into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And finally, the killer left for the boarding lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. A fact that Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to have dropped the liar there.
Silence.
But the defendant had the free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the liar in the Space Museum during that span of time?
Objection!
You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with the liar, he went to the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the Space Museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell. This liar could only have been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. So, does it indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claim? As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, We can assume it was planted there by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck.
No! There must be some mistake.
Frankly, Proskauer Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom of yours for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence.
Whoa, Grandma? Fulbright, you promised to never speak of that. Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow? Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, this court finds the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. I'll go. Hey, seal the case! Let's go! Okay, wow! לא חשבתי שככה זה ייגמר, בדרך כלל זה להראות את הקורפרט, אבל fuck that, let's go! Okay! Zekef, fuck all the previous game logic. Let's do this! Yes, we did, Mr. Wright. Looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me too. You're the best! Oh, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now. Yeah, me too. That's going to have to wait. Now that her verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned. בדרך כלל זה לא קורה.
Objection.
Oh! May I say no objection? Blackwell? It's too late to object, isn't it? It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Fulbright! What were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter? The results? What the fuck? Well, I was in a hurry, you see? And then there was that cat fight, and well... I kinda got carried away when I heard the prince wrote Mr. Starbuck, so... You have yet to read it! Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out loud who the prince belonged to? Upon further analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Site. Athena? So says the report. Athena? What? What? Oh, me? Hold on, what? Hold the shit! What? Order, I say! Order! Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this. We just finished proving that the slayer could only belong to the killer. So, finding your precedent can only lead us to one grave conclusion. I don't know how they got there, but I know I'm not the culprit! Hold on, Bakuapo! Mase! This can't be happening. Build up our argument piece by piece. I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. How could they have let this?
What have I done? Oh, please forgive me, I'm sorry.
Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! What's that? What? איך זה בכלל אפשרי? Detective Fulbright, stop your crying. What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. Order! Order! I will have order! Oh my god, that's got gone! Oh my god! Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we had fought for, the Trufa turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We stumbled up over the edge of reason and ran into the jaws of a twisted darkness. No. Hold on! What? זה השקעה הסף של הצ'פטר. אז מה זה? מה זה השקעה? אוקיי. שנייה אחת, אני חייב לרכז את זה, אני אעשה... לא. זה. What? אוקיי. לא אין לי דברים מה להגיד. אני אשכרה אין לי דברים מה להגיד, זה עד כמה זה מטורף פה. אבל לפחות אני אסיים את הפרק של היום פה. כי אומייגאד זה היה מטורף. אפינה. אוקיי, כן. אני אסיים את הפרק של היום פה. אני עוצר פה. אני סיימתי עם זה. סיימתי עם האפיסוד. אז אני מסיים את הפרק של היום פה. אז כן. כאן היה ירין פגע בסרטון עולה בבא שם. מקווה שנהנתם. וירין. אאוט. ביי חברים. מקווה שאתם נהנים.